See that? There's a couple polyps there. Those are a couple animals. And we're going to glue them to our rock here, our Frag Clove. Hey, what's up, Reefers? This is Reefer Matt. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I frag these Clove Polyps. Let's check it out. Alright, well, I had to frag some coral, so I figured, why not start with something easy, like these Clove Polyps here. To start, I'm going to grab a container and fill it up with a little bit of tank water. Got one right here. These are like those little Rubbermaid containers. And after I got some water in that, I'm going to grab my tile here. This is actually a tile that has the Clove Polyps growing on it. And I'm just going to kind of remove it from my rack here. It's overgrown a little bit, so I just kind of got to wiggle it out a little bit. And with these, you don't have to worry too much about hurting them because they will grow back. And there we go. Got that out. So I'll get it over to the fragging station and we'll take a look. Next week on Saturday, if you guys can make it, come on out to the Sterling Heights Frag Swap and check out all the awesome vendors and all the cool livestock. There'll be coral and fish and inverts and all kinds of stuff. And I'll be there too with my Frenchy frags. I already have some of these fragged up, so I will have some available. If you guys want to come check it out, it'd be awesome to see you. All right, so we're set up here at my fragging station. I'll go over some of the tools. I got some forceps here just to kind of help me reach things in and out of the water. Some bone cutters, and I'll be using these to actually cut the tile that these are growing on. And a scalpel. If your scalpel looks like this, yeah, let's change that blade. We're not going to use a rusty scalpel blade. I got a fresh one right here, so we'll change that. And then I have some frag plugs. If you have ceramic frag plugs like I do, I like to pre-soak them and get all the air out. Just like that, you'll see all the air coming out of them, because if you don't do that and you glue down the frags, you'll end up getting air in the super glue, and it'll just kind of get all over the coral and stuff. And it just looks better if you soak them first. It only takes a couple minutes to get all that air out and let them soak. So we'll get to changing this blade and we'll get started. And before I get started, everybody say hi to Katie. Kitty. This is Katie, the reefing kitty. She's always in my room. She's sitting next to me at the fragging station, wanting to see me frag up some coral. She likes to hang out. All right, and something else I forgot to mention, it's up to you if you want to wear them or not. Gloves. Some people are allergic to coral, and with certain coral, it's a really good idea, like Zoas, to wear them. These don't have a particular toxin, but if you've never fragged these before, you don't know if you're allergic or not, so go ahead and put on some gloves if you want to protect yourself. So what I like to do with a full tile like this, there's going to be some algae and stuff in there too, but I look where I can cut in between some polyps. You don't want to cut directly across polyps. You want to cut in between them. Like in there, see those little stalks where my finger's at? That's like an area where you want to cut right there. You don't want to cut through polyps. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pop this old plate off. See, I got two plates, one on top of the other one. I'm going to take my knife here and I'm going to pop that other one off. Just like this. And this will allow me to cut the other one. And I'll have to get my knife in here. And just cut in between the polyps. Just like that. And I got a little bit on here. I'm going to leave that tile alone because I'm going to put my frag from this tile on there. All right, so what I did is I got rid of the other plate and I rinsed these off. They had some detritus and stuff on them, which is okay. So I got them cleaned up a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is cut this plate, and wherever it's grabbing, like you can see that's kind of bridging right there. Just cut that with my knife. So I'm going to make a cut right here. This. See that? And I just follow it around. And cut in between the polyps. And I got a little bit right here. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it in little pieces that'll fit on a frag plug as best I can. I'll cut in between the little clusters. See that? That looks like it's a good frag right here to make. Let me zoom out a little bit. Cut some of that extra off. Sometimes it doesn't behave the way you want it to, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. But we try to do our best, right? Cut that off there. So now I got this little bit to make a frag, and I'll just clean up some of this old tile here. I'm going to cut it outside of my container because I don't need it in there. And then if there's a little algae on it, you can always take a little toothbrush and clean it up. Just like that. Now if you have some polyps that aren't on something yet, like these, you could take scissors or your knife and cut in between. I think I'll cut it right here. And then you can take some super glue and glue this to a frag plug, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'm going to get this cut up so they're all looking like this, and we'll get them on frag plugs. All right, I got these separated the way I want to. I'm going to save this to regrow on my tile. So I'm going to go grab my tile and then I'll re-glue that back down. So we take our little plugs. I'm trying to keep the frags and this in the same shot. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Don't need the cutters right now, so take the glue, and I'm going to go around here for these because these are already on little tiles and I don't need any glue in the hole of the frag plug here. I just go around. That's plenty of glue. Just like that. And I like to have a little piece of paper towel handy. I'll set my super glue on that because sometimes it'll ooze out, you know, and make a mess. Then I grab my forceps here and just grab one out. Be a nice big frag. Make sure I don't glue any polyps on the bottom. That guy right there. That's set up. Now grab another one. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I'm right-handed, so sorry because the camera's on the right side. And I just keep gluing them down. I let them set up until basically they don't move. I don't want them falling off in the tank. We'll start with these, and then we'll just glue the ones that are detached next. Nice big frags, just like that. And the cool thing about doing it this way is you don't have to worry too much about healing time. As long as you got something like this to glue it down, that's pretty much ready to go after you do that. You give them a little time to recover just from the little spots that have been cut in between, but usually they'll open up pretty quickly after this, as long as you're not cutting into polyps and stuff. I'm going to separate these guys a little bit. All right, now I got some singles that aren't on anything. See that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to run it around in a ring like this. You want to make sure you get the bottom as best you can. It doesn't matter too much, but try not to glue them. Yeah, I'm already getting it on my fingers. Try not to glue them the polyps down, face down, just like that. Give it a little dab. Can even give it a little dunk. Do that to all of them. That'll help set up that glue. And also give the coral some relief from sitting out of the water. Let's see, I got 2 of them right here, so I'll put these 2 on that one. I don't like to throw away coral because they're animals. You've probably seen them T-shirts. I like to glue animals to rocks or something like that. Well, this is this is part of it. This and gluing them in your tank. See that? There's a couple polyps there. Those are a couple animals. And we're going to glue them to our rock here, our Frag Clove. Little tap, little dab. Let's see. I got a couple on a little piece of tile in there too. I'm going to grab this right here and see what I can do with this. I need a little bit more glue right here. Then I'll find the bottom. If there is a bottom, it don't even look like much, does it? But trust me, that'll grow into polyps. With clove polyps, oh, there's the polyps. With clove polyps, you just get a little bit of it and it'll turn into polyps in no time at all. Some people can't grow them though, and I understand because I have tanks that I can't grow these in, but this particular one I can. And I wish I can offer an explanation and say, if you do this, they'll grow in your tank, but honestly, I don't know for sure. I do know that I grow these with a tank that has Alpha Reef in it, so maybe that helps. I also do water changes. A couple extra frag plugs in here I don't need. And a little extra piece of tile. So I'll let these set up, and then we'll get them back in the tank, and that's pretty much it. All right, let's get these guys in the tank, shall we? All right, well, that'll do it for this video. I'm Reefer Matt. Thank you for watching, and happy reefing.